This is biblical. It's fucking biblical. There's no fucking way. This is the story of Jesus. He's just gonna come up and pull your whole throat off the side of your fucking neck. He's just gonna have a piece and come up and fucking gut the whole front of your fucking neck like you're a fucking fish, motherfucker. Caffeine, you start waking out and shit. I used to do meth, dude. You think I give a fuck about caffeine? If you want to make it to 2026, I'm suggesting all you pussy fucks leave people alone.
Well guys, we are back once again with everyone's favorite angry little midget man and the pegster himself, good old Wesley Shrimp Dick Watson. And Wes here has just been on a straight rampage online, week in and week out, just attempting to beat his own personal record of looking like a complete dipshit. And last week when we ended up covering this insecure lunatic, we watched him learn what a Sigma male is, and pretty much just watched him make up some random fake story where a guy called him a Sigma male, and where he attempted to just act hard as hell. And it had to be one of the goofiest things that this guy has ever said, because you could tell that this man believed that shit.
And while our phone call, I look over to a guy next to me who's staring at the side of my head. And I go, "Hey homie, the f*** you looking at? You gonna just stare at the side of my head, motherfucker?" And this dude was seriously like weirdly obsessed with me or something. You remember that while we were talking? Yeah. And I tell her, I'm like, this dude is staring at the side of my fucking head. The same guy. He went and borrowed a pencil from the cops, and he used the pencil, and then he just threw it across the shit and it hit some dude. The same guy, I had to be like, bro, what the fuck you doing? You don't throw pencils at people. You respect these other men. You don't go disrespecting this man. He's just sitting there. The fuck you doing? And the guy is just like, what? Like, he tries to be tough. It's like, wrong dude, man. Wrong one, bro. And then some guy in there, he goes, "You're a Sigma." It was like some guy who actually knew me and Yados from online. And I'm like, the f*** does that mean? And he's like, "You're a Sigma." And I'm like, well, what does that mean, bro? And he's like, "You stand for what's right no matter what the fuck."
And last week, along with his little random segment about how he was a Sigma male and how he just pressed this guy who was staring at his head, he also just continued to go on his usual rampages, where he cries, bitches, and moans about all of the haters and about people just not buying into his scam courses, and just provided all of the supposed haters and trolls with the exact response that they were looking for. And it appears that this week has been absolutely no different. Shit, I would even say that this week has been worse, because this man has been melting down left and right and has almost been having a daily little hormonal rant about some new random shit every day that he's posting. And it seems like Wes started the week off especially pissed off, and he must have really seen something that got him all fired up and upset. Or maybe he just couldn't get something off the top shelf this morning and was reminded that he's 5'8", because he just started it off with one of the biggest meltdowns that I think we've seen in a while, and ranted about how one day all of these haters are just gonna run into the wrong motherfucker.
As much as a lot of you p***s think it's a wreck for me to talk like this, or tell you the fucking truth, or tell you you're delusional little bitches, and you need to watch how the fuck you move around. As much as you think it's a wreck from me telling you this shit, you motherfuckers need to realize there's gonna be a day where you roll up to the wrong motherfucker, and you think they're one of these happy-go-lucky jokester-ass fucks that just bought some tattoos off the fucking shop wall. And they're not gonna fucking play with you, okay? Not everyone out here is playing fucking games. And you guys need to all realize that shit and leave people the fuck alone, okay? If you want to make it to 2026, I'm suggesting all you pussy fucks leave people alone.
And as you can tell, this man is just straight up losing it, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one who doesn't make it to 2026, because he's getting so fired up over here, and he's already got a lot of pressure on his heart from all of those roids, that this man's gonna give himself a heart attack. And what's crazy is, he's asking to be left alone, and he just keeps doing it to himself. It's like he can't help it. If he sees something that somewhat disagrees with him online, it is just straight up fucking war. And what he's really asking is to just be left alone so he can just go ahead and fool people into buying into his little courses and giving him a shit ton of money, just so he can also teach them to sit here and get mad and cry about everything. And this rant was of course nowhere near done, because the Peganator here still had a warning to give to all of these internet haters.
You know, all you pussies, you guys go talking all this shit, you go aggravating people, you go trying to press people's buttons, and then you call the cops. That's what you guys all do. We all know it. You guys are all rat little fucks, and that's just what it is. But I'm telling all you people, for your safety, to just leave people alone. If you want to fucking just live your positive life and make your content, do it with your little people that do your little fucking skits and all your weirdo shit. Some people have a tough time mentally, and they're really just trying to make it through the day, and they're really not gonna have your fucking shit. They ain't like you. So this is just actually me being very friendly to you guys that I don't really look out for that much.
And after just sitting there and asking to be left alone, even though he just responds to anyone who dares to disagree with him on anything, and even though he is just constantly out here calling people names and talking shit for no reason except for the fact that they don't agree with his courses and don't agree with his materialism, he then proceeded to continue his little car rants before going on another little tangent about how people are planning and plotting against him when they just have a different opinion. And then the craziest part is, at the end of this rant, he just turns around and compares himself to Jesus, which the last time I checked, I don't think Jesus was ranting about man tits and 10-inch arms every day.
It is 100% okay to disagree with people, but to take so much time of your day and your one life to plan, plot, and go after people, or spend even 10 minutes of your day trying to disturb somebody else's, is such a sickness. It's weird. I mean, there's no way I could ever do it, not once. I mean, I've never thought, hey, this person, I'm gonna get in the way of what they're doing. This is biblical. It's fucking biblical. There's no fucking way. This is the story of Jesus. As you start to elevate, watch. It'll happen you too, an eye for an eye, as big as you get and as much change as you're making. It just is what it is.
And I just want to put this into perspective for you. This guy's ego has gotten so big that he has borderline developed a God complex and is now even making the comparison of himself to Jesus, when all he is doing is sitting here basically scamming people each day with his fake little alpha male persona, and is essentially just sitting here bitching and whining online. And I don't know where this came from. I don't know if it's because that palm reader told him that he was going to heal the world and basically convinced him he was the chosen one.
You're a world healer. This is what you do. This is who you are. I know what you do. You're going to take this very far. You already have. And this is when I'm already very successful at healing the world. And he goes, oh my God, if I could even tell my master. It was the A on the left palm. And I still just get it till this day, because he made a triangle with his hand. And he was like, the world. The triangle's around the world. The world is in your hand. You're healing the world.
Or I don't know if this man has just lost it naturally to such an extent that he's just convinced himself that he's on the same level as Jesus or whatever. But the man just then has the audacity to go ahead and make a claim like this, and then turns around the next day and uploads a video like this one right here, where he is all pissed off for absolutely no reason, and just goes ahead and displays why he is actually getting so much hate and why so many people are calling him out.
You guys are a lot younger than me. I'm 41, and a lot of you guys didn't grow up in any type of shit. You haven't done a lick of time. You never been through nothing hard, and you think like it's dumb or something that people have. No, you guys are weird, and you don't have any situational awareness. You'll fucking walk in the gym with little boobs, pale as fuck, with 10-inch arms like you own the place. Dude, in prison, if you came mobbing in or walking on the yard with like invisible lat syndrome, or like you're way too pumped up and you're like somebody, but everybody knows you're not, first thing they're gonna fucking tell you is, hey, take a little off that, homeboy. And they ain't gonna yell it. They're just gonna say, hey, take a little off that. Take a little off that stroll, motherfucker. And then it just ain't even gonna play with you. One time, this fool Dustin, he was a white boy from IE, all blasted. He was doing 13 years, and he had like 9 years in or something at that time. He had been in Ironwood. He had been at some reputable Cali yards and shit. But he just had a stroll to him, that IE white boy stroll, but he was a small dude. And Wes Full Red goes, hey, that's a cold stroll, homeboy. And he's like, yeah, like it is. And he's like, take a little off that. And the fool was like, what? And he's like, what, dog? And it was just like, okay, this fool's gonna whack you. Like, he's not gonna say nothing. He's just gonna come up and pull your whole throat off the side of your fucking neck. He's just gonna have a piece and come up and fucking gut the whole front of your fucking neck like you're a fucking fish, motherfucker.
And I don't know who the hell walked into his gym to where they pissed him off to this extent by just walking in a fashion that Wes apparently didn't like. But someone needs to remind this man that this is not prison. People are not insecure and butthurt enough to go ahead and get angry because someone smaller than them is just walking in a way that they don't like and in a way that they somehow feel threatens them. Like, this is some Napoleon complex, next level type of thinking right here. I have never seen a stronger level of small man syndrome. And of course, he just had to go on and tell one of his little stories and just tries to end it by acting hard and talking about how the guy will get gutted like a fish, all because he had to take a little bit off that. And what makes this really wild is we have seen Wes Watson collabing with people like Jack Doherty and was basically just talking Jack Doherty up, when in reality, this is the exact thing that Jack Doherty got famous for, which was going around and screwing with random people and intentionally walking around and bumping into them. So no matter what Wes here does, he is just always contradicting himself in some sort of way. And what's really wild is, we're only about halfway through the week at this point, because he continued to contradict himself and just went on little rants like this one right here about how famous people just don't need to run ads, when he is literally running an ad on his Instagram page basically every day, multiple times a day.
Do you guys think the top people on the internet run ads? Do you think Mr. Beast runs ads? Do you think Logan and Jake Paul run ads? People who do the internet right don't run ads. It's for dumbasses. It doesn't even work. All of them have so much overhead. They say they made 8 figures. They made 1.5 million. That's why they don't have the shit that the people have who don't run ads. And all the entrepreneur guys who teach coaching, this is their second business. They take money off their first business, they throw it into coaching ads, and they have someone else coach you. They're not involved at all, and they make some extra money. Come on now. Wake up. If you're not directly working with the person, you got fucking burnt, motherfucker.
A few moments later.
I started on Wes's mid-level program about 6 months ago, just to get my habits right. And I was like, fuck, this is way too good not to share with the world. If you're in a headspace of wanting to do anything similar, or wanting to better your life or the people around you, you know where to go.
And you see, after just coding his car in spit and basically just contradicting himself nonstop about how he thinks it's a bad idea to run ads, when he is literally out here just whoring himself around on the internet in every slum in every corner to try to get people to buy in on his bullshit, he then decided that it was a good idea to go ahead and do a Q&A, and ended up getting a question about some of his head tattoos, which he seems to be pretty insecure about since everyone keeps making fun of him, and was asked when he would get a new one. And it seemed to be going pretty well at first, until posting right after it about how people need to stop asking questions about him, and about how he is the main character, and people just can't help but to do it.
It's coming soon. I get bored for a little bit, I take a little break, and then I'll hit something again, but I gotta do it. It's coming soon. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna get a big Bugatti logo with some filler or something, because Few people can rock it. How many people you know can wear that and actually got that? You guys, this is the problem with most people who are second and they're not the main character in their life. You guys are asking me questions about me. Fuck me. Don't ask questions about me. You're supposed to ask me questions that help you. This is how you can tell nobody even thinks about moving forward in their life. Like, you should be asking me how you're gonna get where you want to go. If you follow me, you should be you should want to be where I am. That's why you follow me. So you should be fucking asking how you're gonna fucking do it. You don't ask me about my fucking life. That's how I know you guys aren't main characters. Nobody is. Like, they'll let me just come out. They'll just make me the main character wherever I go.
So he's just gotten so insecure that even when someone's not screwing with him and they were just asking a genuine question, he still seems to get pressed and apparently accuses them of not being a main character. And this is still just not where the insecurity ends, because along with this, he has recently been trying to defend plastic surgery and actually has stated that if you don't want to get plastic surgery, then you're the insecure one and you're the one who has a massive ego.
First off, if you feel you don't need surgery or you don't need enhancements in your body or your facial features or anything, first off, you have a massive ego. It's always the threes and the dorks and the losers and the people who can't afford it who are the ones who are against the surgery or are against altering themselves in some way.
And with a downright abysmally stupid take like this one right here, he of course started receiving shit for it. And instead of maybe realizing that he's actually the one with the massive ego and realizing that you don't need to alter your body with surgery, he decided that he was going to double and triple down and just defend this shit with everything he had. And he of course did it in one of the goofiest ways possible.
Pretty crazy nowadays. Since when did you have to tell so many people to stay in their lane? Like, so there's a video of Angie working out and she's got a big Miami fat ass, a BBL that we all love in Miami. And in the more developed parts of the world where we're not oblivious to the fact that plastic surgery is better. Okay. Since in what reality does a hunter from Wyoming have input? Bro, you're a hunter in hunting fatigues with a deer carcass and you're from Wyoming. This has nothing to do with you. Stay in your lane. Stay in your weird, dusty Wyoming hunting deer fucking lane. These people are crazy. This right here is a problem with our world. Most people don't want to be told the truth. He was probably solid and he was like, hey, I don't need to settle with anyone. I want my exact type. If this chick had double D's that were better shaped, I would be fully in to date her and take care of her and win with her, and she's fully my type. But he don't have to settle. And your tits probably suck or else he wouldn't bring it up. Why can't a woman just say, look it, my tits are shitty. Let's fix them. Like, what the f*** is so wrong about that? It's like a dude with a shitty ass body who refuses to go to the gym. I mean, just handle business and keep it moving and be honest to yourself. People are so in their way.
And I don't know who from Wyoming pissed this man off to this extent, but it obviously got to him, especially since Angie over there is more plastic than she is real at this point. And that pretty much wraps up all of Wes's adventures for the week, where he not only just completely lost his mind even more, but also continued to just completely display his insane ego and borderline god complex. And I really don't see him learning his lesson soon. And he's just going to continue to give us great clips of him just having many mental breakdowns. So if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and the like, and I'm out. Watching Wes Watson continue to just embarrass himself, and enjoy this last clip of him getting mad about some dumb shit.
Caffeine, you start wigging out and shit. I used to do meth, dude. You think I give a f*** about caffeine? Even when I went and got my teeth off my fucking mouth, the lady was all, this needle's gonna hurt a little bit. I'm like, bitch, you could put that shit in my fucking forehead. And I was like, and she was like, what the hell is the matter with you? And I'm like, what? And she's just like, I just don't feel it at all. And then I'm like, I need like 10 more of those shots. I don't feel the numbing shit. And he's like nailing my fucking nerve again. I'm like, yeah, I still feel it. Give me another shot. She gave me like 10 of these shots. I was like fucking, Novocaine didn't do shit on me. Drugs don't work on me. Yeah, even when I did drugs, you couldn't even tell. Because I would do so much shit and drink so much vodka and just be like, people are so weird. They like won't tell stories like that because all these little queers online will be like, you're a tweaker. It's like, bro, I told you that. Like, how are you going to use something against me that I told you? Like, get over it. Your mom's a fucking tweaker, dumb bitch. Stupid bitch.